so I saw 2 comments on a K-pop short that were basically the same thing said a little differently. The K-pop short was titled, Fastest K-pop Debuts to Reach 100 Million Views. I opened the comment section, and the first comment with 3.8 thousand likes and the second comment with 1.6 thousand likes caught my attention. The first one read, I would say 4th generation artists are lucky because it's easier to gain views and international fans since K-pop became widely appreciated. The second one read, 4th generation is famous because 3rd generation took K-pop to another level, which made people know K-pop. Both these comments are dumb and inaccurate. They can't just say that 4th generation is famous or that's as easier to get views now. Well, yes, the part where 3rd generation helped K-pop to be more known is accurate and true, but it only helped a small portion of the well-known side of K-pop to get views and international fans. It didn't help the whole generation, because there are so many groups who debuted in 4th gen promoting or already disbanded, but their views really aren't high, be it them coming from a smaller or bigger company. I think both these comments think that the groups in 4th generation getting views, which are maybe about 10 to 12 groups out of thousands, make up the 4th generation. Not sure about this, but their comments are showing it, that they think this way, and if they do then that's definitely wrong. As I said earlier, there are 4th generation groups whose views aren't high. Examples: Girl Crush, Black Level, Hot Issue, Nature, Dream Note, Queens of Sound, Girl Kind, Neon Punch, Cherry on Top, We Girls, N-Cuss, Dustin, Megamax, WOW, WAO, We Are One, the many future idol debuts, Prism, Kitten Girls and many more 4th generation groups who don't have views, because people don't know much of their existence. I mean, these comments were right on 3rd gen helping 4th generation, but were wrong on 4th generation being famous, since only a small portion of some of the more well-known groups have amazing views, while the rest of the 4th generation don't have that. Here, my friends and subscribers, is another case of not knowing smaller groups or lesser-known groups. People tend to not realize that K-pop doesn't revolve around bigger groups, and that smaller groups exist too, leading them to say things like these. Like, come on, K-pop is so much more than popular groups. 3rd generation helped 4th generation, but only helped a couple of well-known artists, not the whole generation. That's misinformation right there. The 4th gen didn't get famous, but only a small portion of artists did. 3rd gen helped those artists, by making K-pop known, but not the whole generation. If they did really help the whole generation, then every group in the 4th generation to debut in 4th generation would be getting high views, but since that's not the case, y'all have spoken wrong. In conclusion, people who think they can comment anything without thinking, makes me annoyed. I just can't believe how people can type these things. How did the comment find it easy to say that 4th generation is famous and have more international fans, because believe me, 4th generation isn't famous. Only a handful of well-known groups are. And to prove it to you, go to a K-pop stan or multiple K-pop stans, and ask them if they know who Girl Kind are. Ask them if they know who Girl Crush are. Ask them to name a 4th gen debut below 500,000 views. Ask them if they know at least one smaller company 4th gen boy group or girl group. Well, if they can't answer these questions, then that means that 4th generation isn't famous, and it's very rare that a fan would know a smaller company group. So yes, these comments were inaccurate, because the 4th generation that y'all think is famous is only a small amount of groups, and not the whole generation. I can't believe how these types of comments get over 1,000 likes, or maybe even more, and people agree with them, without knowing the truth of things. People need to first check before commenting things. I, as a K-pop stan, wouldn't have commented this, because of my wide knowledge on different groups. The opinions that I do have come from me thinking first, and then speaking. People need to realize that they need to put their functioning brain to good use, and to think before speaking, commenting. The reality of things is that 4th generation isn't famous. 3rd generation helped the 4th generation, but only a small tiny portion of it. That's all. They didn't help the whole 4th generation. That's the reality that y'all need to know is the true reality.
아가씨 춤을 추면 걱정 따위는 아무렇지